and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces. This is going to be for Pisces Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, as well as the cross-watcher of the Piscean. Clear. And so let's see what's going on for our Pisces for the month of November. Pisces, November 2020. Remember, this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody. Take what fits and leave the rest, and check out your other sign placements if it does not resonate. If you don't know what those are, you can go to a website such as Astro.com, plug in your birth information, and a chart will be generated for you. Pisces, November 2020. All right. So we have the water element coming out for you guys, and we are using the Black Moon Astrology cards right now. The water element sensing and the solar eclipse revolution. And so you are a highly intuitive sign. You are a water sign, right? And so your intuition, you are really working with your intuition right now. You're having a revolution around the ways that you understand and utilize your intuition, right? Your emotion. Your intuition comes from your emotion very oftentimes. And so you are sensing and feeling things. I'm feeling as though there is a revolution going on within yourself right now that you are sensing, and you're also sensing the revolution that's going on in the world right now. You are really sensing that and in tune with that, right? Pisces is the final sign in the Zodiac. It is the sign associated with Neptune, with the collective unconscious. And so I feel for a lot of you guys, you're really tapped into that right now, and you're really feeling and sensing everything that is going on in the world and the ways that things are changing. And there are lots of things changing inside of you right now as well. It's like an inner revolution, and a revolution, like we said, in your intuition and the ways that you utilize that and the ways that you connect with your intuition. Your intuition is very necessary for you right now. And then the Cancer I Feel card comes out, okay? So that your intuition, you're really needing to utilize your intuition and to tap into that, and to perhaps tap into that in ways that you haven't done before, right? Whatever is going on in your life, it is forcing you to really deeply tap into that intuitive aspect of yourself and take that to a new level almost. And so the Cancer card is all about I feeling, right? So it's very much about your emotions and using those as your guide, using those as your tool as you move forward, right? Not what do I think, what do I feel? Right? Cancer is the sign that represents the fourth house, right? Or rules the fourth house and rules the moon. It rules emotion. It rules the mother, right? All aspects of nurturing come from this Cancer archetype, right? And so you're feeling into that very much right now. There's a revolution around the way that you express that nurturing energy as well. The way that you connect with that, the way that you connect with yourself, the way that you feel your way through situations, right? And the need to do that right now. You're really feeling, and I feel as though for a lot of you too, it's like you are picking up on a lot of those collective energies. And so this is also a process for you of learning how to sort of pull yourself away from those collective energies and center into your own energy and really feel into your own energy, right? Because if we get caught up in that collective energy right now, it can be really difficult to know up from down, right? It's a lot of overwhelming energy. And so if that empathetic aspect of you is being highly triggered right now, you are being called to center back into your own being, and not allow yourself to get too pulled into those collective energies right now, right? There is an outer revolution going on, but it's your own inner revolution that you're being called to pay attention to now. What is it you sense? What is it you feel? Really, like those spidey senses, right? Those spidey senses are tingling for you guys, and you're being called to steps very, very deeply into that aspect of who you are. This is like revolution. This is like your whole world changing. There is something going on that is causing your entire world to change. And this may be around the home, this may be around the family, this may be around the way that you nurture and care for yourself, the way that you nurture and care for others. There are so many different things that this could be around, but there is major change happening for you, major core change. And then we have the void, of course, moon missing. And so this energy may feel kind of confusing, right? You may be in this place where you feel like you're just floating in this void, and sometimes you really like floating in this void. But right now, like, you're not necessarily sure how you feel about that. It's like we have the void, of course, moon right next to the I feel card. So I feel and then missing. So it's almost like you are being called to tap into your intuition and to tap into your emotions, but you may not be feeling it. You may not be feeling that fully. Like there's something missing. There's something that you're not able to connect with, that you're not able to understand, that's really requiring you, like we said, to go deeper and to dig deeper into your intuition, to dig deeper into your feelings, into whatever that heart space, that place that allows you to access those feelings. I feel as if for some of you, it's like there's so much noise going on from the outside that it's drowning out your own feeling, right? Your own intuition. And so that's why it's so important to pull away from all those outside influences, all that outside noise, and into the depths of your own self during this time. And then we have Saturn return age, right? And so this card is all about growing up. Our Saturn return happens between the ages of 29 and 30, right? That's when Saturn returns to the place in your chart that it was when you were born. And this is a major coming of age experience. This is when we step into a deeper level of responsibility in our lives, right? This is when we look at everything that we've done up until this point, and then we make a lot of radical decisions moving forward. Big changes tend to happen around this time as we step more deeply into our own personal authority. And so this is a time where you are stepping more deeply into your personal authority. You're being called to grow up. You're being called to make some serious choices and some serious decisions. And this may be why you're in this place of feeling as though your typical manners of deducing situations are kind of failing you, right? It's like you're in this lost space because you're being confronted with situations that you haven't faced before, right? You're being confronted with challenges. You're being asked to assume responsibilities maybe that you haven't had to assume before, and you don't really know how to do that. So you feel like you're kind of floating in outer space a little bit, kind of like everything got flip-flopped around and you don't really know what to do or where to go from here. And as I said, some of this may have to do with the home and the family as well, because we do have that Cancer card. Oh my God, that totally, what is that? The 7th house partners card. I'm not going to go around and grab it, but that's the card that flipped out. So partnership as well. This may have to do with partnership, intimate relationships, coming together with somebody in some type of, with the Saturn return card here, some type of serious partnership. So for some of you guys, this could be marriage. There could be marriage. There could be children. There could be living situations that are changing, moving, right? All of these different things that could be coming up, it might not even be marriage necessarily, but taking a relationship to the next level. Or really, if it's not that, looking at your partnerships and your relationships and making decisions moving forward and how you want to conduct yourself in those as a more mature version of yourself. You're looking for more mature partnerships. You're looking for more mature relationships, more mature connections, right? The 7th house is all about partnerships and connections. And then lunar eclipse change. There are big changes. There are big changes in store for you guys right now, right? With the revolution and the change card, we have the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse card, you guys, right? This is like life-shattering change. This is change. The solar eclipse, that's the sun, that's the ego, that's the consciousness. This is changes in the way you view yourself, changes in the way you view the world. And these are changes in how you feel about yourself and the world, right? The lunar is the feeling energy. And so it's changes on both aspects of yourself, both the masculine and the feminine aspects of your nature, like the whole picture. Everything is shifting and changing, right? And this doesn't necessarily mean that if you're viewing this, you have to be the age of the Saturn return. That just means the energy of that is coming in. So it's time to take a more serious look at your responsibilities. It's time to take a more serious look at your partnerships, at what it is that you want out of life. Right? Some of you guys may have thought you knew what you wanted out of life, and now all of a sudden you're feeling a different way. And that can be, that can definitely be a scary and challenging place to be sometimes. And then we have Capricorn, I use, and the 6th house, routine. And so this is, once again, that Capricorn energy is very practical energy, right? It's very logical, strategic energy. It's that grown-up adult kind of energy, right? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And then we have the 6th house, which is ruled by Virgo, which is also an earth energy and a very practical, grounded energy. So you guys are being called to be very practical and very grounded right now with whatever it is that you are encountering, whatever it is that's going on with you. That energy is being called upon when it comes to your day-to-day routine, right? The Virgo house, the 6th house, is all about health as well. When it comes to your health, when it comes to your established routines, for some of you guys, when it comes to your work, right? It's all about how can you step that up? What are you doing, and what else can you be doing to allow more stability in your life, right? To allow better care of the self, better nourishment of the self. For some of you guys, this is a big step up in career as well. You know, it could be different things for different people. For some people, this could be children, relationships, career, absolutely anything and everything, really, right? It's like the whole picture in a lot of ways. And so it's like that energy of really being called to look at the next phase of your life, and where do you want to go? What do you want that to look like, right? Are you open to the fact that it might not look the way you thought it would look? And like, what might that look like? And really feel into the energy of that. If there is something that you're pondering right now and you can't feel into that thing, feel into the energy of different scenarios and different possibilities that are presenting themselves. How would that feel, right? Not like, what do I think about that, but how would that feel? It's like you're really being called to tap into that feeling. Where that may be missing right now, or confused by outside influences, it's like, get quiet within yourself and find a way to tap back into that feeling, to tap back into that sensing, that knowing that you guys typically so easily have, right? That is one of your trademarks, right? You and Cancer and Scorpio, all of the water signs in their own ways, right? But it's like, really nailing some things down is what you're being asked to use right now, to really be practical, to really look at the bigger picture and what that bigger picture might look like, and what steps can I concretely take to get me to the place where I'm wanting to go, or the place where it seems like I'm going. That's so funny. As the Destiny card popped out, I was in the middle of saying the places that it seems like I'm going are being taken regardless of whether I planned it or not. That's boom right there. And this card, the Destiny card, is often about shakeups. It's like a tower-like energy. These moments that shift and shape and change our destiny, right? That we may not have anticipated, that really force us into a space that we may not have been willing to go into otherwise, to really show us things that we need to see and to allow us to move down the path that we are destined to walk, right? This is all about opening up to that path, to those possibilities of that destiny, and really nailing down the aspects that you need. Like, what do you need to do in order to get there? Even if you don't know what there is yet, what are the things that you can begin starting to do to make that practical approach, right? To mature, to step into this next level of maturity that life is calling you into. And then we have the Grand Trine blessings. And so it's like some of these challenging effects may be are blessings. They're blessings. They may be blessings in disguise for some of you. I'm going to read actually the Yod card because I'm very curious about exactly what it says about this. But there are major blessings coming into your life. And as you step more firmly into your power, and as you become more stable, and as you become more responsible, right, and take on this next level of responsibility that's being asked of you, there are incredible blessings that are in store for you. There are destined blessings that are in store for you. And then, so the quote here says, a person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it, which is, oh my God, I love that. The ancients believed that the yod was an area of fate in the chart and not a particularly favorable one. Also called the eye of God or the finger of God, the yod is a peculiar astrological configuration in a chart. It is a triangle formed by two planets 60 degrees apart, while both are 150 degrees from a third planet. This creates a thin pie-shaped aspect. Let's see, we don't need to get into all of this. Yod configuration is influential and implies that there is a disruptive force at work. In a sense, this astrological placement of planets is somewhat in exile from the other planetary energies because they are not harmonious with each other and therefore cause tension. This can bring about feelings of intense stress and restriction. There can also be a sense of being different, feeling alone, and of being out of step with others at times. A yod in a natal chart can even indicate being the black sheep of the family. Here we go. Sorry, guys. When the yod presents itself in a reading, it means that the situation may be chaotic or may soon turn that way. It will be hard to see any clear path because of this chaos, but it will be important to weather through it all. This is not always bad because it is a process of finding what works and what isn't functioning, right? This Capricorn energy, this practical energy. And now will be the time to be scaling things down and weeding out what is unnecessary. This card is about finding your own truth, even though that truth may not be reflected through others. You may wish for more support when this card comes up and will have to manage this all on your own. Another development may turn up, and that is you will prefer to work it out on your own without any interference from others, right? Your own intuition, your own feeling, your own sensing, your own knowing is what is going to guide you, what needs to guide you through this experience. This card can denote a time to voyage inward and come to your own truth. There really isn't anyone who will have the tools to figure this out more so than you at this time. So now may not be the best time to take advice from others. Your inner knowing has it already. You just have to take the time to process the information to come to your own answers. More positively, this card means that circumstances are good for achieving your goal, but be prepared for sacrifices on your part, and not just one but several. It will not be an easy path, but it is a time to expand your focus. You have a desire for greater awareness, which will come through dedication, but patience and adaptability are necessary in making the situation work to fulfill your greater purpose, the one you were born for. I love that. I love that. And coming out with the blessings. It's like whatever this situation is that you are faced with right now, that is one of these contributing factors of the changes that are happening for you, right? Of what is bringing you into this coming of age energy, what is maturing you, right? There are great blessings in store for you as a result of this experience and whatever choice it is that you make. Whether those blessings come in a physical material form or whether those blessings come in the form of more wisdom, more perspective, more experience, more understanding. There is this is beautiful energy. This is not painful, challenging energy. This is like gorgeous, gorgeous energy. But unfortunately, whatever it is that you need to do, whatever choices or decisions you have to make, you're going to have to make those on your own. Nobody else is going to be able to make those for you, is essentially what we're feeling here. Clear. And so we're going to grab a Work Your Light Oracle card, and then I'm being drawn actually to a different deck. But I love this deck, so we're going to pull one of these, and then we're going to go to the next deck that I really want to pull for you guys. Any cards for Pisces? Okay. So we got initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. That is this Saturn return energy, that initiation energy. You are being initiated to the next level of your life experience, of your journey, of your expansion and your adulthood, right? This coming of age kind of energy, this rite of passage energy. And then play, have fun, celebrate. Don't be so serious. And so there are big decisions that you're needing to make right now. There are huge life changes that are upon you. But this is also a reminder to try to bring some lighthearted energy into it, to try to bring that joy into it, right? Like don't like white knuckle this whole process, right? Like gently, playfully. This is how you get in touch with your emotions and your intuition too. If you're being super serious, you're going to be blocking that out. And so you want to bring in that playful, joyful energy that is going to help your emotions and your intuition. It's like coaxing it out a little bit, right? It's like stay in that loving, playful, joyful energy. And then we have no. Wait, postpone, say no. And so this is, I feel as though this guidance is basically telling you whatever it is, like don't allow your hand to be forced with this decision. Make whatever choices, whatever it is, that whatever changes are upon you right now, until you have this intuitive knowing, you don't have to act. And so don't allow anyone to make you feel as though you have to make a decision or you have to do something right now. You don't. You're able to postpone until you get more information, and that information comes from your own internal voice. And continue to seek that voice and seek that knowing, but do it playfully, right? Do it playfully and do it gently. Yeah. All right, and then we're going to go with the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Clear. This is what I wanted to pull for you guys. Let's get some cards for Pisces. Pisces, November 2020. I don't know why, June 20. I almost said Pisces, June 2020. Pisces, November 2020. Okay. We got the Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. And then we got the High Lord of Gratitude and Service, selflessness, humility, and conscious action. So 2 cards that indicate generosity, right? Generosity, receiving, conscious action. But yeah, a lot of that generous, that giving energy. And so we're going to go first and we're going to read both of these. And so the Lady of the Gift says, the Lady of the Gift brings a message of tithing. To be your ally, she requires you to look at the nature and method of your giving to others. The world is your church, and you need only to distribute 10% of your wealth to others to ensure that the flow continues. Yet this doesn't necessarily mean giving money away, nor does it imply a direct action of charity, even though the tradition of tithing is material. In fact, the kind of tithing that the lady asks of you isn't tangible or material at all. She's asking you to look at all human beings as important in the divine scheme of things and show others that you believe in them. Pay attention to how you treat people and be mindful of your perception, even of seemingly poor strangers. If you see others as successful and abundant and act as if you believe they have value, blessings all around are assured. Your belief in others has greater value than you could fathom. This alone guarantees your success long term. Remember that you can only keep what you're willing to give. Interesting. So just this energy of being generous with yourself and with others in your life, right? And not necessarily with money, but with your energy, with your vibration, just showing love and appreciation to the people around you is what I'm feeling from this more than anything else, is showing love and appreciation to the people around you and understanding that this is a great gift of yours, your ability to do this, right? Pisces does this very, very well. Pisces actually has to be careful not to overgive sometimes. But this is something that you do very well, and it's something that is very beautiful about your spirit. Yeah. Okay. And so then we have the Lord of High Gratitude and Service has arrived to help you find your true purpose today. Feeling gratitude for each moment you experience and loving what is and what has been will remind you that every breath you take holds a deep and profound awareness. Those small actions and selfless service to another, you'll automatically placed upon your highest path. So that said, through small actions and selfless service to another, you're automatically placed upon your highest path, whether you're immediately aware of it or not. The presence of this ally lets you know that you're on the correct path to fulfilling your desires. You're also notified that your actions of service and attitude of gratitude will yield riches beyond your wildest dreams. Blessings. As long as those riches aren't the goal you have in mind. Gifting service with no thought of return is what's required of you today. This would also be a good time to write a list reminding yourself of all the things in your life and the world around you that you have to be grateful for. If your question refers to a relationship, let gratitude be your guide. Be thankful for all you learn from this person. Truly, there are no friends and no enemies, just teachers along life's journey. Be grateful for the laughter and even for the tears. The attitude of gratitude is a magnet for true love in all forms. Yeah. And so this is really interesting. I feel as though part of the path that you're heading down is going to involve giving. It's going to involve service to others in some form or some way. It's going to involve an aspect of selflessness, an aspect of generosity of spirit, right? Whether you are committing to possibly a new career where you are in a service field and you help people, whether you are committing to a partnership, to a family, whatever it is that you are committing to, there is going to be that aspect of service. And if you are in those moments where, because there is so much coming at you, you begin to feel ungrateful, bring it back into gratitude. That's a message coming through. Just constantly bring it back into gratitude. And if you feel as if you are losing yourself and you are getting into a darker place than you are used to being in, then do what you know feels good, right? That selfless service. Be there for another, never at the detriment to yourself. But these acts of service, these acts of generosity of spirit will help to remind you of who you truly are if you're starting to forget. And yes, you want to balance this, right? We always want to balance things. However, that energy is just, it's coming through for you guys to remember to stay grateful, to remember the flow of giving and receiving, right? Anything else? The High Lady of Love and Compassion. Reverence, kindness, consideration. Interesting. And so this, the High Lady of Love and Compassion brings you a deep and meaningful message. She reminds you that only love is real. It is the sole, unconditional, and true power behind all means of manifesting out of the unseen into the material. Love's greatest creative power is ignited by the conscious action of compassion. Generosity of the heart, this keeps coming up. This is so interesting. Reverence, respect, and empathy for all living things bring you for profound power to live a life of happiness and contentment. Love, compassion, and kindness to all must be the impulse behind your thoughts, feelings, and actions when your intention is to create a prosperous and abundant life. Unconditional love will be returned tenfold. The High Lady also reminds you that when she chooses to be your ally, she brings you evidence that you're loved. All manner of synchronicities align in your favor. If your question refers to a relationship, you're required to think of the other person and inquire what is in his or her highest good. Give selflessly without asking for or expecting anything in return, and let go. What is yours will come to you. Kindness always returns somehow. You will surely receive that which you give in more ways than you can imagine. And so this is an energy of being giving, of being generous, of if there is a relationship in question, right? Like really giving them the energy that you wish to receive back, but not because you want to receive it back, but just for the joy of giving it. And if you are seeking to transform that relationship, that energy very well may transform that relationship. And just being, if you are in a giving partnership, just being grateful for that and continuing to open up that flow, right? Anywhere in your life, just be remembering that truth of who you are, that generous, compassionate nature within you, right? And just really honoring that. And if you have been feeling disconnected from yourself, from your emotion, from your truth, I'm feeling like moving back into that and understanding that that is a beautiful integral piece of who you are, as long as you are able to, like we said, not give to the detriment of yourself. But if you are able to give from that place of selfless generosity and pure love, right? You are able to give and receive, right? Then that is going to help reconnect you to the truth of who you are and to your ultimate truth. That feels like the message that's coming through. All right. And let's do a final card from the Angels and Ancestors deck. Clear. Any final closing guidance for Pisces? For Pisces. Winter. Take care of your needs, right? Okay. So this is just a disclaimer confirming what I just said, right? Get back in touch with that loving, generous, compassionate aspect of yourself, right? But don't be overly giving to the point of draining yourself. You also need to take care of yourself and your needs foremost. First and foremost, you have to take care of those, right? We fill our cup to overflowing and we share the excess with the world. And so we want to make sure that you are caring well for yourself throughout whatever process is unfolding for you, whatever changes are unfolding for you right now. Like, do not neglect yourself in this process, is I think what this card is wanting to also remind you. And another message here is, do everything you need to be at your best. Move beyond your fears and limitations. So fully care for yourself. And then when you feel that you are at your best, you will feel fully capable of moving past all of your fears and limitations. For many in the animal realm, winter is a time of hibernation and retreat. You may wish to curl up in a ball too. But although you may not feel as bright as you'd like to be, a primal force within is encouraging you to continue. The winter card features a wolf, one of the few animals that stay active all year round. Wolves know what it's like to work alone or thrive within a pack. So if you feel you need to go it alone this time, know that wolf medicine will help you move beyond your insecurities and relax in your own space. You have an opportunity to move beyond your fears. Although you may feel in the dark, get comfortable with being in the unknown and trust that the light within you will sustain you through what may seem a challenging process. Ask yourself what you need to do to feel supported and alive. You may uncover something from your past that you have buried deep. Know that when you unearth it and shed light on it, you create space for miracles. You may feel like a lone wolf right now, but it's time for you to be the alpha. When the winter card arrives in the future position of a spread or as the last card in a reading, it can also indicate that the coming winter will usher in important energies with regards to your question or intentions. And so you will find all the answers that you seek through this winter season, right? But first, it's about caring for yourself. It's about centering into your own energy and facing those fears. Those fears are coming up to be acknowledged and worked through. And there are incredible blessings on the other side of walking through and facing those fears. Yes. Oh, this is so beautiful. Yeah. Yep. I love it. If you guys would like assistance with this, please reach out to me. I do incredibly powerful energy healings. I do personal readings. If you would like some guidance or you would like some assistance from the angels, I do an angelic healing. I work with the angels. Please, my email is in the description box below. Get a hold of me and we can set something up. If you like this video, hit that like button. Comment, let me know how this resonated for you. Let me know what is going on and how you guys are doing. This is a big, profound change for you. This is incredibly potent energy, and you have everything you need within you to find your truth, right? To reconnect with your emotions, with your intuition, with your inner truth, right? To face those fears, right? To look those fears dead in the eye and shine light on them so that they do not dictate your life anymore. And don't forget to play. Don't forget to bring in that joy and that celebration, right? Like, life is meant to be celebrated, and there are so many blessings in store for you if you are able to walk this path, right, and to face those fears and to step up to the plate in whatever area of your life, in whatever way you are being called to step up right now. I love you. I appreciate you so very, very, very much, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a happy November.